Freaking hot boxed me in my own tent. This is ridiculous.
Gotta warm my quilt somehow.
Spouse abuse.
Good morning, y'all, and welcome back to our channel.
We are at the base of the Shenandoah Mountains right now. We're getting ready to start to hike up into the Shenandoah National Park. We have about a 32-mile trek planned for ourselves. We're going to divide that out across 3 days, 2 nights, and got a couple of mountains to climb and some waterfalls to see. We're really excited. It's our first time actually hiking in the Shenandoahs other than the brief hike up from the bottom of the Tuscarora Trail last year. So this will be our first overnight in the Shanties. We start with a water crossing right behind me. So we are going to go ahead and get changed into our water crossing camp shoes and get across this creek. I don't care in the world. She's just going to keep eating.
She looks like a pregnant mama.
Yes, she does. She's got pregnancy hunger. She don't care about us. So we are at the Furnace Mountain Cutoff Trail, about 1.8 miles in so far. We're going to take this trail off to the side, get to the top of the mountain. We'll show you the views when we get there. So we made it to the top of Furnace Mountain. There's not a huge view with the leaves on the trees, probably better during the winter time. The actual summit here is just a nice little camp spot. Our itinerary for today, this was our first stop, was Furnace Mountain, and not really all that impressive. Like I said, I think the views would be better if it was winter time, but we're about 2 miles into our hike. It's only about a 9-mile hike today. We got started a little later in the morning, so that's perfect for us. We're going to be going across Trayfoot Mountain and down to Jones Run, and then camping somewhere around Jones Run to Doyle River area. Hopefully find a nice campsite through there. Quick stop for the view as we're coming back down off of Furnace Mountain Trail and looking out into the Shenandoah Valley. Hey guys, so we just turned off of Furnace Mountain Trail and onto Black Rock Trail. Stopped for lunch right before we passed the sign there, and right now we are heading down, and then I guess we're going back up to, this is Trayfoot Mountain that's up here beside us. We're heading down, and then we're going to climb up the Bear Rock, that's what it's called, Bear Rock Mountain. But then right after that, then that's where we will connect in with the Appalachian Trail for just a little less than a mile and cross onto Skyline Drive just very briefly. And then we get to go down to the falls, and I believe it's Jones Run, and then to Doyle River after that. So still got a little bit of hike ahead of us. Nothing bad so far. The trail has been pretty darn good. Yep. Gradual climbs, decent trail, a couple little like rock scree areas that aren't really a challenge, just kind of interesting to look at. It's been pretty. We have a couple of views. I'll swing around here so maybe you can see it behind us a little bit. Harder to see with the trees in the way, but so far so good. And I just wanted to give you one last view of these rocks because we hadn't quite ventured out far enough to show you. So this is below us. Pan around. Hi, Miss Sap.
Hey.
And they go all the way to the top. There's some really interesting rock formations up there. It just doesn't get much better than this. Hi guys, we are on the Appalachian Trail right now and only for about 0.7 miles, and then we'll be connecting in down at Jones Run Trail and then on to Doyle, where we should be finding a campsite at that point. Exciting news, we just ran into another YouTuber that is doing a northbound that we've actually been following, Riveting Adventures. His name's Lazarus. So got to meet him. We'll pop the picture in. What a pleasure.
That was awesome.
Absolutely pleasure. So, 0.7 on the AT, and we meet somebody that we've been following. That's just mind-blowing.
Yep.
This is Jones Run Falls. All right, welcome to home, folks. Bit unlevel. Otherwise, just a little bit of roots and rocks. Not bad. There's another site across the stream over there, but somebody's already at it. This is the only two we saw in this area, so this is where we're pitching for the night. It's good for me. Felt like we had an absolutely amazing day of hiking today.
Yeah, we did.
What was your highlights for the day?
Wildlife. We saw 5 deer in total. We saw 4 as soon as we started walking up the little service road after getting out of the truck. We crossed that little creek and started heading up Furnace Mountain and literally walked right up on a pregnant deer. It was like 15-20 feet away, or 15-20 yards away.
And she just had absolutely zero fear. Just stood there eating, making direct eye contact with us. We moved all around getting different shots and video and pictures of her. And she didn't care. Completely unconcerned with our presence. I think my highlight of the day was the Black Rock Mountain. Absolutely loved it up there. We couldn't have asked for any better weather today. Like, the weather was literally pristine. I think it was like a high of 60 degrees.
Yeah.
And just beautiful sunny day, crystal clear blue skies, and from up on top of that mountain, I mean, it's literally a pile of rocks on top, like just huge boulders. And I mean, I love rocks, so I was in heaven just from that. But the views from up there were absolutely phenomenal. We sat there for a good while and just took in the views. Talked to a couple other hikers that came through the area, and just thoroughly enjoyed it. Sat there and picked out the different mountains that were around us that we could recognize, and just had a really kind of calm hiking day, honestly. We did a total of 10 miles and took lots of breaks at the scenic areas that we wanted to. Of course, you can probably hear the water in the background a little bit. We're right beside the creek, and this creek was nothing but waterfalls on this whole descent down into the valley here. And I lost count of how many waterfalls we saw today. I mean,
I don't even, it was...
There's so many waterfalls. Yeah. And tomorrow morning is going to be sort of the same thing again. So when we take off in the morning, it'll be Doyle Run or Doyle River, something like that. Trail that we head up, and right in the corner, right past where our tent is where the creek that we're beside converges with Doyle, and we'll be ascending back up towards Skyline Drive. And yeah, it's apparently nothing but waterfalls along that hike as well. So we have that as a real treat for tomorrow morning to start out with. From there, it'll be hike up a couple of mountains, and hopefully there will be views up there. I don't know what the views up there will be like, but honestly didn't know what any of the views today were going to be like either. That amazing view from Black Rock was a complete and utter surprise. I had no idea what it was supposed to be like. So that is actually part of the Appalachian Trail. So we'll get to go back and visit it again, hopefully in a couple months. So really excited to go back to it again. But we're going to sign off for the night, and we'll see you in the morning.
Good night.
Good night. He just farted. It smells horrible in here. What? Freaking hot boxed me in my own tent. This is ridiculous.
Gotta warm my quilt somehow.
Spouse abuse.